Hello and welcome to Gestalt Channel. Simply put, today we'll delve into the realm of psychology, exploring the intricacies of your mind. Ever wondered about the limits of friendship? Specifically, is there a cap on the number of people with whom you can maintain a stable social relationship? We're not talking about Facebook friends here. It turns out there is a limit, known as Dunbar's number, and it stands at 150 people. Ever pondered the reasons behind your desires, actions, emotions, or the very essence of your existence? Psychology has answers to these questions. Welcome to the domain of dopamine. Discovered in Sweden in 1958, dopamine is produced in various brain regions, playing a crucial role in functions like thinking, movement, sleep, mood, attention, motivation, seeking, and reward. In its simplest form, dopamine acts as a reward system, motivating us to navigate the world, learn, and survive. Research on rats, for instance, demonstrates that destroying dopamine neurons leaves them able to walk, chew, and swallow, but they will starve to death even with food nearby. They essentially lose all inclination to eat. Consider this scenario: you're strolling through a public square, scanning the surroundings, when suddenly you spot a friend in the crowd. While your friend recognizes you, for a brief moment, fail to recognize them, even when looking directly at them. Only when your friend stops and greets you do you realize you overlooked their presence. This is because the human mind can only focus on one thing at a time. Regardless of how adept you believe yourself to be at multitasking, mental concentration is limited to a single task. People can rapidly switch between various tasks, creating the illusion of multitasking. It's also possible to perform a physical activity while focusing on a mental task, like walking and talking on the phone simultaneously. However, a study under these conditions revealed that individuals talking on their phones while walking tend to collide with others more frequently, often failing to notice or recall events around them. This phenomenon is known as an attentional blindness. Now, if I were to ask you to draw an object, any object, from what perspective would you draw it? From above, from the side, or from below? It turns out that most individuals would draw it at a slightly tilted angle, as if viewed from slightly above the object. It's referred to as a canonical perspective. And interestingly, it appears to be applicable to nearly everything, even objects not typically seen from a top-down perspective, such as a truck or a horse. Remarkably, when taking a photograph, individuals tend to choose this perspective, whether consciously or not. The exact reason for this preference remains elusive. It seems that people simply enjoy viewing things in this manner. Some of you might perceive yourselves as logical and self-aware individuals. I certainly do. When faced with significant decisions, you likely carefully analyze and consider all aspects before making a choice. However, research indicates that despite the desire to believe decision-making is a conscious and deliberate process, it often isn't. Take, for instance, the decision to buy a new TV. You might conscientiously weigh factors like the size that fits your room, preferred TV brands, price versus quality, and whether to include a Blu-ray player. Yet the most influential aspect of your TV purchase occurs unconsciously. Considerations like what most others are buying, or whether you lean towards having the latest technology or prefer a bold choice, like a 120-inch TV, play a significant role. This is why sometimes we feel a sense of knowing the right course of action. Trusting your gut often means that unconsciously you've already made a decision. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're listening to someone explain or demonstrate something, and without thinking you start mimicking those actions, whether intentionally or not? This is a learned behavior ingrained in our brains from an early age. Merely observing others engaging in activities can trigger the firing of neurons in your brain, as if you were performing those actions yourself. These are aptly named mirror neurons. The same mechanism comes into play when practicing empathy, allowing us to literally experience the emotions of others through these mirror neurons. Although this memory seems logical to you, it may not be the most accurate representation of the original event. This phenomenon explains why eyewitness testimonies at crime scenes can often vary significantly. It's essential to consider that much of the research in psychology, including the topics discussed in this video, is primarily tested on Western audiences, mainly in the US and Europe. This distinction is crucial because studies have shown that thinking patterns can differ based on one's cultural background. For example, When exposed to various images, individuals from Asia tended to focus on the surroundings and background elements, whereas those from the West concentrated on the main or prominent foreground object. Brain patterns were observed during these tasks, indicating notable differences in cognitive processes. Multiple tests highlight the considerable variations in our thought processes. The crucial takeaway from these studies is that not only do our cultures differ, but our ways of thinking are also shaped by our cultural backgrounds. This divergence in thinking patterns contributes to the challenges in understanding and getting along with people from different cultures. Thank you for your listening. If you liked it, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more content. Good luck to you.